Everybody good? Well, we're here from an incident that occurred earlier this morning, just after 3 o'clock a.m. At the intersection of West Metairie and Grammar. We had put out a shooting that occurred earlier. I want to give a little bit of information today. The incident occurred, as I said, just after 3 a.m. this morning, in which a homeowner shot a 14-year-old white male juvenile in the front yard of his residence. That homeowner had been awakened by a noise out front of his house, encountered several juveniles out in front of his house near his vehicle, and during that incident ended up shooting the individual, the 14-year-old. We understand that obviously that person is still at University Hospital in critical condition itself. The other juveniles that were on the scene fled the scene at that time, but we have since been able to identify who they are and have been able to speak with some of them, but not all of them. In any of these situations that occur, statements are extremely important of what had occurred and what is going on between the individuals. Since we have not had the opportunity to speak with all the juveniles involved, but we do know who they are, I want to give my detectives the ability to have those conversations before we release any additional information. And that is something that obviously I'll be happy to provide to y'all when the time is appropriate. But these types of cases are extremely important to deal with the statements of what occurred, the individuals that were actually on the scene. Our detectives have been working around the clock since 3 a.m. this morning, identifying the people that have been involved with it, and getting those in hand to be able to speak with them. And so far, the homeowner himself obviously has been cooperative, relinquished his weapon upon our deputies arriving on the scene, has given a statement to our detectives already, and we are working not only with him, but obviously the juveniles that were also part of this incident to determine exactly what happened. We have some, request about the identity of the shooter and the homeowner. I'll confirm that he is an off-duty police officer from another jurisdiction. He does not work for Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. He just happens to be the homeowner at that particular location. I want to make sure that he was not acting as a police officer in this matter. He was not in uniform, was woken up with no shirt on and shorts on, and exited his house as a regular homeowner. We are treating him as obviously a victim and a suspect at this point in time. Identifying not only what he observed, but the actions that he took this morning. And when we have the capabilities to share additional information, we will do so.
Has he been taken into custody, arrested?
I'm not going to release that at this time, Michelle. We have, I know it's a fair question, but our detectives are working real hard to be able to give you those answers. I'm just not in a position to be able to give them at this point.
So he's currently a member of a law enforcement agency, or was he retired? Or we heard that he might have been with. He is
currently a member of another law enforcement agency. He was shot in the head one time.
Were any of the kids armed? Did you all find another weapon on scene?
I'm not going to release any of that at this point. I want to make sure that we have, all the statements from the individuals to make sure what stories coincide and what don't. So give our detectives a little time to work, and then we'll release all of that.
And the condition of the 14-year-old?
I'm not going to how many juveniles is the question. I'm not going to release that, although we believe we know what that number is. Until I get all the statements, I want to make sure.
As far as the condition of the 14-year-old?
The 14's in critical condition as far as I know from my last update. He's still in critical condition at University Medical Center.
Can you all at least say whether or not one gun was fired and another one weapon was fired?
One weapon was fired, one shot from from the information I have. When it's appropriate, we'll release that, but we want to make sure we don't jeopardize any investigation at this point in time.
Just your thoughts about the situation?
I'm sorry?
Just your thoughts about the situation?
I'm sorry?
Your thoughts about the
My thoughts about the situation? Let's face it. Good, bad, or indifferent, no matter what. We had several juveniles that were out at 3 o'clock in the morning that shouldn't have been out, not only during the COVID, but just not out in general. I ask family members, bad things happen at that time of the morning. Make sure you understand where your children are, especially with a lot of them out of school. Make sure you know where they are. It's never a good call when you get a call that your child has been shot. And that being said, all that can be prevented if we can keep our children home, especially at that time of night. All right, y'all. Thank you very much.